In the year 1950, America is on the cusp of transformation. While new possibilities emerge, a chilling presence lurks in the shadows, something too dreadful to be mentioned. Edward Brock, a relentless journalist, is consumed by the quest for truth. He has unearthed a disturbing case that should have stayed hidden, mysteries of disappearances and dark secrets that dwell in the night. One day, during his relentless pursuit, Edward stumbles upon an encounter that alters his existence forever. The very darkness he aimed to expose envelops him, leaving him irrevocably changed. What once was Edward is lost. In his place, only a manifestation of hatred and power remains, a sinister entity that thrives on fear. In this world where terror has taken on a tangible form, no one is secure. Those brave enough to peer into the city's dark recesses will discover that the lurking shadows are alive and ravenous. Within the core of a city, where neon lights glimmer on broken glass, lives remain shrouded in whispers. In this place, hidden among the tranquil streets, intense desires simmer beneath the surface, driving individuals toward freedom, even if it means rebelling against their pasts. Every interaction, every stolen moment draws them deeper into an abyss with no return. In this city, primal desires overpower rules, and with each passing day, secrets weigh heavier. Like uninvited intruders at the door of one's soul, there is no room for randomness. Every decision leads to new challenges, revealing who possesses the strength to endure and who will falter under the burden of their own misdeeds. When everything concealed finally surfaces, the truth will dawn on them. They were never solitary in this perilous game. Their hidden truths can no longer linger in the darkness indefinitely. In a realm where magic infuses every corner, the boundary between light and shadow narrows. As the past regains its grip, secrets long hidden are poised to be revealed. Young wizards navigate a transformed world but must contend with ancient forces. Every spell cast, every choice made, leads them closer to a point of no return, yet evil never slumbers. It lurks in every shadow, poised for its moment to pounce. Time is an adversary, and fate serves as an unyielding judge. In this landscape, where every decision holds the potential to alter everything, they must battle not just for magic, but for their very existence. Their struggle is just commencing, and no incantation will shield them from the challenges that lie ahead. Time has changed, but they remain the same. On streets filled with vintage cars and glowing neon lights, those who once saved the world gather again. But now, they face a new enemy. The 1950s world may seem peaceful, but it's only an illusion. In the shadows around every corner, in every reflection, lurks a threat they have yet to face. In an era where everything seems possible, they will learn that even the past holds dangers that can reshape the future. These heroes have saved the world before, but can they stop the forces that disrupt time itself? In a world where everything is at stake, one team stands between darkness and light. They must be ready. Because time won't wait, and this time, it could destroy everything. The city is covered in smoke and fire, the streets filled with tension. The 1950s, a time when everything seems peaceful on the surface. But in the shadows, everyone is ready to fight. This isn't just a battle for victory. It's a war where every punch defines the future. These fighters are more than just martial artists. Each of them is a legend, fighting for their honor. And every step, every strike echoes the past. The streets of this city remember the pain and triumph. But this time the stakes are higher. Every fight is more than a confrontation. It's a story rewritten with fists. They knew they would fight, but who will be the last one standing? It's time to find out who's the true champion of these streets. In a world where the streets are lined with neon lights, and the air is thick with the hum of old machinery. A lone hero steps forward. His name is Mario, and in the shadowy alleys and hidden tunnels of a retro 1950s city, his journey begins. But this isn't just a race against time, it's a battle for survival. Beneath the cobblestones and towering buildings, the underworld hums with danger. Rusted gears, forgotten traps, and a mechanical menace waiting to strike. With every leap into the unknown and every step through dust-covered vents, Mario faces a world that's longed and forgotten by those of us. Armed with nothing but his instincts, his signature red cap, and a heart full of determination, he dives into the city's deepest, darkest secret. From crumbling factories to labyrinthine tunnels, every turn could be his last. But Mario knows that courage ain't about avoiding fear, it's about facing it head-on. In 1950, in the small town of Hawkins, everything seems peaceful. Vintage cars race down the streets, kids gather in diners for milkshakes, and rock and roll plays on the radio. But beneath this calm surface, darkness stirs. Ancient secrets awaken, and a parallel world begins to invade reality. Shadows move where they shouldn't, and old antennas no longer pick up signals, transmitting voices from the unknown instead. Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Eleven can feel it. They're about to face something no one else notices. Together, they discover a doorway to another world, a flipped reality where fear and chaos threaten to consume their town. A battle with forces that don't belong in their world is coming, and if they lose, Hawkins will never be the same again. In the year 1950, science meets nature in a way no one could have predicted. On a remote island, a world thought lost to time is brought back to life. Jurassic Park, a marvel of human achievement, offers a glimpse into the past. Living, breathing dinosaurs. Visitors, dressed in the height of 1950s fashion, come expecting wonder and adventure. But what begins as a spectacle of awe quickly turns into a nightmare. Control is an illusion, and nature has its own plans. The towering gates once meant to contain the beasts are now shattered, and creatures that walked the earth millions of years ago roam freely. Now, it's a race for survival as the lines between predator and prey blur. Welcome to Jurassic Park, but will anyone make it out alive? In 1950, in a world where space and the future intertwine with the elegance of a retro era, they faced each other. In a world where Jedi not only fight for justice, but also for their deepest desires, passion and power blend into every moment. Their battles are more than just a clash of good and evil. They are a dance that ignites fire among the stars. On streets lit by neon lights, in secret rooms behind veils of mystery, every glance and gesture speaks louder than words. Where retro cars race along cosmic highways, and even in the dark alleys of space stations, passion flares, breaking down all barriers. They are the heroes and anti-heroes of a new era, entwined with the past. In a world stopped between the elegance of the 1950s and the terror of a future no one expected, humanity faces a new kind of enemy, cold, relentless, unstoppable. They blend in among us, hidden in the shadows of neon lights and busy streets, with only one goal: to erase the future we hold dear. But in the heart of a man born of this era, there lies a fire, a resistance that machines cannot comprehend. With every step, the past clashes with the future in a battle for survival. Where retro cars race against the ticking clock of a distant tomorrow, and the clash of steel and flesh echoes through the night, one thing is certain: the fight has only just begun, and this time, history is not on our side. In a world where neon lights glow and shadows stretch long across the streets of a 1950s city, danger is always lurking. Amongst the chrome and the jazz clubs, the heart of the city beats to the rhythm of crime. But swinging high above the chaos is a hero, hidden in plain sight. By day, he's just Peter Parker, a quiet kid trying to make ends meet in a world moving too fast. But by night, he becomes something more: Spider-Man. In his retro red and blue suit, he's the silent guardian, battling enemies who thrive in the darkness. With the power to climb walls and spin webs, he fights not for glory but for the safety of the city he loves. The streets may be filled with gangsters in sharp suits and villains hiding in the shadows, but they don't stand a chance when Spider-Man's on the prowl. The city belongs to its people, and he'll make sure it stays that way. In a world where neon signs flicker in the night and the hum of the city echoes through the fog, a group of unlikely heroes is drawn together by fate. In the heart of this 1950s metropolis, beneath the polished surface of jazz clubs and towering skyscrapers, something ancient stirs. The power of darkness lurks in the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike, bound by an unbreakable bond. This fellowship must navigate a world where danger hides behind every corner. Their mission, to protect the city from forces that threaten to consume it whole. The streets are their battleground, the alleys their refuge, and every step brings them closer to the final confrontation. But in this city, nothing is what it seems, and as dawn breaks, they'll face the greatest challenge yet. A grand ship, a symbol of human achievement, lines across the ocean, its passengers basking in the glow of possibility. Underneath the surface of this post-war glamour, however, fate has already cast its shadow. Love and dreams unfold beneath the ship's chandeliers as friendships are forged and futures imagined. But the calm is deceptive. In the blink of an eye, nature's fury strikes, and the ocean that once carried hope now threatens to consume it. In this fight for survival, courage emerges in unexpected places, as bonds are tested, and sacrifice becomes the ultimate measure of love. For in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of human spirit refuses to fade. This is not just a voyage, it's a battle for life, love, and the indomitable will to survive. In a world defined by conformity and fear, a new era is emerging. It's 1950, and hidden among us are those who possess extraordinary abilities, mutants. Feared by a society that doesn't understand them, they walk a tightrope between survival and revolution. Led by a visionary, they fight for a future where acceptance can replace fear. But the battle for peace is not so simple. Shadows loom as enemies rise, and the line between hero and villain blurs. In this retro world of polished suits and vintage streets, a war brews. This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a fight for the future. The mutants are here, and nothing will ever be the same. In a world where the lines between man and machine blur, Tony Stark, a brilliant inventor and heir to a fortune, stands on the brink of revolution. Set against the backdrop of 1950s innovation and glamour, Stark Industries thrives, pushing the boundaries of technology. But behind the tailored suits and gleaming gadgets, Tony hides a dark truth. The very inventions he's created to protect have been used to destroy. As enemies close in and time runs out, Tony must confront not only his past, but also his greatest creation, the Iron Man. This is not just a fight for survival, it's a fight for redemption. The stakes have never been higher, and in the shadows of the atomic age, a hero will rise. In the heart of Las Vegas, 1950, where the neon lights shine bright and the city never sleeps, four friends embark on a night they'll never forget. Dressed to the nines, they step into a world of high-stakes games, glamour, and unpredictability. But as the drinks flow and the music plays, things begin to spiral out of control. What starts as a celebration becomes a whirlwind of mystery, laughter, and mayhem. Friendships are tested, secrets unravel, and nothing is quite what it seems. A missing groom, a string of bizarre clues, and no memory of what went wrong. In a city built on risk and reward, only one thing is certain: this night will change everything. Step back into the glamorous 1950s, where every moment is a picture-perfect scene and life sparkles with charm. Barbie is the embodiment of this retro elegance, a vision of style, race, and endless adventure. From dazzling evenings in sleek ball gowns to carefree days in pastel skirts, she effortlessly blends sophistication with fun. In a world of jukeboxes, classic cars, and soda fountains, Barbie's world is one of timeless beauty and endless possibilities. Whether she's hosting a chic soiree or cruising down the boulevard, Barbie always knows how to steal the spotlight. So, get ready to embrace a world where dreams come to life, and every step is a dance of pure elegance. In a world where everything looks picture perfect, there's a story that's anything but ordinary. The Simpson family, a quirky, vibrant, and completely unforgettable, is about to take you on a nostalgic journey through a time when life seemed simpler, but the problems were just as chaotic. Set against the backdrop of the 1950s, where soda shops and jukeboxes reign supreme, this family faces the highs and lows of everyday life with a twist of humor, a dash of mischief, and a whole lot of heart. Get ready for a colorful adventure, filled with love, laughter, and just the right amount of vintage charm. This is their world, retro style, and you're invited to join the fun. In a world where everything looks picture perfect, there's a story that's anything but ordinary. The Simpson family, a quirky, vibrant, and completely unforgettable, is about to take you on a nostalgic journey through a time when life seemed simpler, but the problems were just as chaotic, set against the backdrop of the 1950s, where soda shops and jukeboxes reigned supreme. This family faces the highs and lows of everyday life with a twist of humor, a dash of mischief, and a whole lot of heart. Get ready for a colorful adventure, filled with love, laughter, and just the right amount of vintage charm. This is their world, retro style, and you're invited to join the fun. In the heart of a city that never sleeps, where shadows stretch long into the night, heroes emerge from the unknown. In the Gotham of the 1950s, danger lurks behind every corner, and the line between light and darkness grows thin. This is not just about the caped vigilantes, it's about the fight for justice in a world where chaos reigns. The stakes are high, and the villains, smarter, sharper, deadlier. But with courage and conviction, those who protect this city stand tall, battling the unknown in retro style, vintage gear, and with a determination that burns brighter than ever. The fight for Gotham's soul has only just begun. In a time when everything seemed picture perfect, there were those who saw beyond the surface. The polished smiles, the gleaming cars, the tidy homes, they all hid a truth that few were willing to face, but some couldn't turn away. They knew that change wasn't just coming, it was something they had to fight for. United by their courage, they dared to ask the questions no one else would. In the shadows of the 1950s, they stood against the tide, not for glory. Together, they stood strong, ready to challenge everything and take back what had been stolen. Because in a world full of lies, only the bold and the brave could bring real change, and they were the ones who would do it, because sometimes doing what's right means breaking what's wrong. In a time when the world seems quieter, beneath the surface, a storm brews. The year is 1950, but the challenges we face are timeless. Every choice we make, every step we take is a gamble, one that can change everything in an instant. But that's what defines us, not the cards we're dealt, but how we play them. We've seen hardships, betrayal, and loss, yet we stand tall, bound by a shared understanding that the only way forward is together. The rules may be stacked against us, but when you're willing to risk it all, the impossible becomes inevitable. The stakes are higher than ever, but so is our resolve, because when the dust settles, it's not about who had the easiest path, it's about who had the courage to walk it. In the shadows of an unforgiving world, where every choice carries the weight of life and death, we find ourselves standing on the edge of the unknown. It's not just survival we seek, it's the strength to overcome, to rise above the fear, and to fight for what truly matters. When everything around us crumbles, it's our resolve that holds us together, our determination that drives us forward. We may face impossible odds, but with courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bonds we've forged, we can defy the darkness. In this moment, it's not just about surviving, it's about becoming stronger than the forces that threaten to tear us apart. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are the future. In a world where every punch carries weight and every move is a gamble, victory isn't just earned, it's fought for. The year is 1950, and the stakes are higher than ever. Men step into the ring, not just to battle each other, but to confront their own fears, their doubts, and the shadows of a past that haunts them. The roar of the crowd fills the air, cigarette smoke lingers, and the dim light casts long shadows on those brave enough to stand at the center of it all. The gloves they wear, the grit in their eyes, and the sweat on their brows tell a story of resilience, of determination. Each hit they take, each drop of blood spilled on the canvas, is a testament to their unwavering will. But beyond the punches, beyond the pain, there's something greater. The fight isn't just for a title or a prize, it's for respect, for redemption, for survival. They went through a lot, pain, poverty and tears, but they achieved their goal and became who they decided to be. In a world that tests your every limit, only those with the strength to rise, the courage to face the storm, and the heart to push forward will stand tall when the bell rings for the final time. This is more than a fight. This is a legacy. In a world where the extraordinary blends seamlessly with the ordinary, family isn't just about blood, it's about strength, resilience, and standing together in the face of the impossible. Picture a time where simplicity ruled, the 1950s, where suburban charm masked hidden talents, and behind closed doors, heroes were born. They weren't seeking glory, nor did they want the spotlight. But when duty called, they answered, suited in retro elegance, embracing their powers to protect, to fight, and to love. This isn't just about saving the day, it's about standing side by side with the ones who matter most, trusting in their abilities as much as you trust in your own. In this era, in this family, every challenge was a chance to show that true strength comes from unity. Together, they weren't just heroes, they were unstoppable. In a world where simplicity and style reign supreme, the charm of the 1950s meets the vibrant energy of Bikini Bottom. Picture it, a time when everything was sleek, classic, and brimming with optimism. Our beloved characters, from SpongeBob to Squidward, step into this retro era with a fresh new look, blending the familiar with the iconic. Whether it's SpongeBob flipping Krabby Patties like a star at a vintage diner, or Sandy conducting cutting-edge experiments in her 1950s-style lab, each moment is filled with the magic of a bygone time. It's a time where optimism and fun meet sleek design and bold colors. This is more than just nostalgia. It's a celebration of a timeless style where the past and present merge in an unforgettable way. 3, 2, 1, go! In a world defined by shadows and uncertainty, there comes a time when we must face our fears head on. The choices we make, the paths we walk, determine not only our fate but the future of those around us. Each challenge, each test of strength, forces us to dig deeper, to find that fire within that refuses to be extinguished. We stand not just for ourselves, but for something greater. In the face of adversity, we rise, and through our unity and unyielding spirit, we discover that true power comes not from might, but from resilience, courage, and the unwavering belief that we can change the world. Together, we become unstoppable. It was fantastic. Subscribe if you win. In a world where the lines between good and evil are drawn with striking clarity, we find ourselves transported to the heart of the 1950s universe, where tradition meets the unknown. Amidst the retro charm of mid-century elegance, the stakes have never been higher. Heroes rise, not in sleek modern armor but in vintage style, where leather jackets and classic gowns are as powerful as the forces they wield. The battle for balance between light and darkness takes on a timeless vintage flair. It's a story of loyalty, rebellion, and the pursuit of destiny. This is not just a fight for survival, but a dance between the old world and the future, all wrapped in a striking retro vision that speaks to the strength of courage, unity, and style. Here, the galaxy is at a turning point where every step, every choice carries the weight of the past and the promise of the future. In a world where everything seems familiar, yet nothing is as it once was, we stand at the crossroads of fate. The year may be 1950, but the challenges we face are timeless battles of strength, of will, and of heart. It's in these moments, when the world is shifting around us, that we find our true selves. We are not bound by the era we live in, nor by the conventions of society. Instead, we choose our own path, forging ahead with courage and determination. Together, we stand strong, united by a shared vision, ready to face whatever comes next. Because no matter the time or place, the strength to fight for what is right is always within us. And as we move forward, we carry with us the power to shape our destiny. In a world where shadows stretch long and danger lurks around every corner, there comes a time when every individual must face their greatest challenge. The year is 1950, and the stakes have never been higher. We live at an age where power is won not just through might, but through resilience, strategy, and unshakable belief. Our heroes are not defined by their capes or their costumes, but by their will to rise again and again, no matter how many times they fall. It's not about the battles we've fought, but the battles we've yet to win. With courage as our shield and determination as our weapon, we stand on the brink of something extraordinary. We face the unknown, and in doing so, we become unstoppable. The time for action is now. In the heart of 1950, we find ourselves on the brink of transformation, where the old world meets the future, and only the brave will rise. It's not just about surviving the challenges we face, but about daring to stand tall in the face of uncertainty. We are fighters, pioneers of a new era, united by the strength in our hearts and the fire in our souls. Every battle, whether against our fears or the forces that seek to push us back, becomes a defining moment. The power we carry is in our resolve, in the choices we make every day, and in the connections we build. Together, we move forward, fearless, rewriting the future with every step we take, turning obstacles into opportunities. This isn't just our moment, it's the dawn of something greater. Our legacy begins now. Sometimes life throws challenges at us that feel impossible to overcome. We find ourselves surrounded by doubt, misunderstood, and judged by those who don't see our potential. But it's in those moments of struggle that we discover our true selves. Every setback, every obstacle, only sharpens our resolve and fuels our determination. The world may try to break us down, but deep inside, there's a fire that refuses to die. As we push forward, we grow stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. Eventually, the same people who overlooked us will realize that we become something extraordinary. But by then, it won't be about proving them wrong, it'll be about proving to ourselves just how capable we are. Success isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out, embracing our uniqueness, and showing the world what we're truly made of. In a world where time blends the retro elegance of the 1950s with the possibilities of tomorrow, one thing remains clear: change is inevitable. We stand on the edge of a new era, where the boundaries of imagination are being rewritten. The familiar silhouettes of vintage designs now merge with the advanced, creating a harmony of the past and future like never before. Our heroes, ordinary in their origins, now rise with a strength and purpose that mirrors this transformation. Together, they face challenges that defy gravity, breaking through limits and forging a future of limitless potential. This isn't just a journey through time, it's a revolution, where the old world meets the future head-on, creating something extraordinary. A future we can all be a part of, if we dare to believe. Step into a world where the charm of the 1950s meets the brilliance of a futuristic vision. Imagine sleek, retro-inspired designs, from cars to clothing, capturing the essence of mid-century elegance with the advancements of a new era. In this world, technology and style go hand in hand, shining. Streamlined cars float effortlessly above the streets, while families gather in homes that blend the nostalgia of the past with futuristic gadgets that seem almost magical. Every detail is a tribute to the grace of a time long gone, but transformed by the possibilities of tomorrow. It's a place where innovation and tradition dance together, creating a seamless blend of comfort and wonder. This is not just the future, it's a reimagined journey, where the best of the past fuels the dreams of what's yet to come.